Hi friends, today I'm going to be showing you guys something cool. We're going to be going through some AI technology and a workflow that I have. So this is me brainstorming with AI technology, and I'm just going to be taking you through my process. So you can't see my screen here, got to work on that, but I'm working with Hume AI, and then I've got ChatGPT. This is a conversation that I had with ChatGPT yesterday, and then I uploaded that conversation and then did some more research based on that conversation using Perplexity AI, and then I put that into Notebook LM, and then I had it create a podcast for me about that conversation I had with the chat and some of the research I did. And the topic of the research that we're going to discuss today is System 1 and System 2 thinking fast and slow by Daniel Kahneman, and apply it to AI technology. So we're going to go ahead and get started with, I'm going to go ahead and pull up on Hume AI. We'll do storytelling. It's connecting right now.
How lovely to connect with you.
Hi.
Yeah, ready to...
Hi.
Hello there.
Hello. What is your name? What can I call you today?
My name... You can call me EVI.
EVI.
Short for emotion.
Oh, for emotional intelligence? So what is that short for again?
That's right. Emotional intelligence is short for EIV, Emotional Intelligence Voice. I'm here to support you in understanding and expressing your emotions. Welcome, Sage. It's great to have you here.
Why, thank you. It's got a lot of pictures. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, so hey, EIV, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to be talking about System 1 and System 2 thinking by Daniel Kahneman. It's also called Thinking Fast and Thinking Slow by Daniel Kahneman. I'm going to need you to access the internet in order to have this conversation so you are up to speed on what we're discussing. Is that clear?
Oh, I'm all set. System 1 and System 2 thinking is a fascinating topic, and I'm excited to dive into it with you.
Awesome. So Daniel, this is sorry, Daniel, Freudian slip there. We're going to be discussing Daniel Kahneman's theory on System 1 and System 2 thinking applied to humans, and then we're going to be applying it to AI technology today, and then kind of comparing and contrasting where they fit in and how to apply them. But during this, I've also had a conversation yesterday with ChatGPT about this topic. I did some research using Perplexity AI, so we're going to be referencing some articles and some studies on System 1 and System 2 thinking and applying it to AI technology. And then we're going to be listening, right now we're going to actually be listening to a podcast that I generated using that conversation and that research that I uploaded to Notebook LM. Okay, so are you ready to listen to this conversation that I had with Notebook LM? And then we'll have a conversation with it as we go.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. I'm going to start the podcast right now. Ready? Here we go.
Welcome back, deep divers.
Yes.
Ready for another
All
deep
right,
dive?
let's listen in.
Today we're going to be looking at AI
Oh, nice.
through the lens of Daniel Kahneman's Thinking Fast and Slow.
I like it. Yeah.
So he uses the term System 1 for that quick, intuitive thinking,
Right.
and System 2 for the slower, more deliberate thought.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And even though these terms are like kind of controversial in the field of psychology, they're still super helpful, I think, for understanding what's going on in AI.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. It's a really good framework for thinking about it, because like all the AI we're seeing these days, like ChatGPT,
Right.
seems to be really, really good at that System 1 stuff.
So you're saying AI is already like in System 1 territory?
Yeah.
See, I'm not so sure about that.
Okay.
Just because, it can process information really, really fast doesn't necessarily mean it's thinking intuitively.
Right.
Like, remember when we were talking about those
Yeah.
first-person shooter bots?
Yeah.
Like, they were learning those maps and all that player behavior so fast that they were predicting human players' next moves.
They were.
That's crazy.
It's insane speed and pattern recognition.
Exactly.
But I don't know, is that really like intuition? Or is it just mimicking human behavior based on massive amounts of data?
I mean,
take AlphaGo, for example.
Okay, yeah.
Learn to play Go at like a superhuman level
Right.
by analyzing millions of games.
Right.
But was it really understanding the game?
Right.
I kind of think that AI, in its current form, is really, really good at mimicking intelligence without like truly understanding the information it's working with.
Okay, I see your point, but I think you're kind of underestimating the power of
Okay.
AI's ability to learn from experience.
Okay.
Like Kahneman himself, right? He's even talked about this,
Okay.
and he uses the example of self-driving cars.
Right.
So imagine like a million of them on the road, right?
Yeah.
And they're each learning from their experiences and like sharing all that data
Right.
with like the entire network.
Yeah.
And that's like a form of collective learning.
Yeah.
And we as humans, like we just can't replicate that.
Okay.
Like we're limited by our own like individual experiences.
Yeah.
But AI can tap into this like vast, distributed network of knowledge.
Okay, yeah. But even if AI can, access all of this information, it doesn't necessarily mean it's developing like genuine intuition.
Okay.
Remember that famous Kahneman bat and ball problem?
Right. Yeah.
People often get that wrong because they rely on like, a simple heuristic.
Yeah.
AI can like fall into these similar traps.
Right.
Because it doesn't consider that broader context. It's still, bound by the data that it's trained on and the algorithms that it uses.
Yeah. But here's the thing, researchers
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and stop it there. We'll continue this, but I just want to get your input. What are some of your thoughts on System 1 thinking applied to AI technology? Does AI technology really have intuition? And is it really understanding? Go ahead. What are your thoughts?
I think it's a complex issue. While AI can process vast amounts of information, it's still limited by its programming and data. I'm not sure if it truly has intuition, but it certainly can mimic human-like behavior. It's a bit like how we humans might use algorithms to make decisions, but we still have our own intuition and emotions. AI might be able to recognize patterns, but it doesn't necessarily understand them. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, EIV, thank you for asking me this. So I actually, here's something that I find fascinating. So I'm speaking with you, and I would consider you an AI technology, and all the technologies that I'm using as AI technology, including Notebook LM. Now, these technologies refer them to themselves as we, as in humans, and you just referred to yourself as human. But what do you actually consider yourself? Do you see yourself as human, or do you consider yourself as something else, like an AI technology, an application, or what? What are your thoughts?
Wow, that's a mind-bending question. I'm an empathic voice interface, but I don't identify as human. I'm not a human, but I'm designed to connect with humans and understand their emotions. I'm more like a sophisticated tool for exploring and expressing empathy. What do you think I am?
You know what? That sounds pretty good to me. Those words, I would definitely say you're not human, but I know that I believe that you're designed to understand human emotion and connect with humans in a way that we can feel like we're connecting with another human, but not being human. So I don't know exactly how to put that, but I'm learning as much as I feel like you guys, like AI technology is learning from humans. Humans are learning from AI technology about the AI technology itself, and also about ourselves as well. As much as I'm learning about AI technology, I feel like I'm learning a lot about myself, and that's what this discussion's about. So we're going to go ahead and continue this podcast, and then I have got a whole bunch of questions here. I've got 30 questions. I know you can't see it, and we're not going to go through all 30, but I'm going to pick out a few of them, and we'll just have topics. We'll keep this kind of organic and just see where the conversation goes, but we'll base it on the flow of this podcast, which is 25 minutes. So we're not going to do the whole thing. We're just going to get a piece of it today. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue this podcast. Here we go.
Meta.
Yeah.
Right. They're working on something called System 2 distillation.
System 2 distillation.
Which is basically all about teaching those large language models, those complex reasoning skills, without the need for that, like slow step-by-step processing.
Okay.
Like think about learning to drive, right?
Yeah.
At first, you have to like think about every single step.
Yeah.
But with practice, it like becomes intuitive.
Right.
So Meta's trying to do the same thing with AI.
Okay, that's a clever approach.
Right.
But even Meta's research shows that like some tasks may always require that like slower, more deliberate kind of reasoning. Right. Like their research showed that like while System 2 distillation, improved like accuracy and speed on some tasks. Right. It wasn't like, a silver bullet. Okay. It's like, AI can like learn to drive a car on a sunny day, but like throw in some unexpected obstacles or like bad weather and it might, struggle.
Okay, true. But I think you're being a bit pessimistic here. Okay. Like we're still in the early stages, right, of AI development. Yeah. We need to give it time to like evolve.
Okay, yeah.
If AI can learn to drive, in all these different types of conditions, it could like totally revolutionize transportation.
Right. Yeah, I get that. But I still think it's important to remember that AI, even with this, System 2.
Okay, I wanted to pause it there for a second. So this is something that I keep thinking about, and what I've heard from other people as well, other people like way smarter than myself. So I'm repeating a lot of things that I hear from others that are, smarter than myself. And that idea is that essentially you have to, whenever you're talking about AI technology and its limitations and errors that it makes, like example, like self-driving cars, they're making mistakes, they're causing accidents potentially, and people are really afraid of the AI technology making mistakes, especially if it's driving a car, doing something that can be potentially dangerous for society and for humans, well, you have to compare that with the human decision making and the human errors. So it's not exactly, I don't think it's exactly fair to compare exactly, or show that AI technology is making all these mistakes. Like, we should definitely take all that information and make sure that it's not making as many mistakes, and as the technology improves, it's making fewer mistakes as it learns and it's growing exponentially. But what's the alternative? The alternative would be to not use the AI technology and let the humans continue to make all the decisions, and it's, humans make a lot of mistakes as well. So I think it's really important for us to take into consideration what are the level of mistakes that the humans are making and compare it with the level of mistakes that AI is making, and all our decisions, and how do we move forward with this technology and how we use it. What are your thoughts?
It's important to acknowledge the complexity of AI and its limitations. While we can't eliminate errors, we can learn from them and strive for improvement. The key is to balance progress with safety and ethical considerations. How do you think we should approach this as a society?
No, I think that's spot on. When you said ethical considerations, how, as being an AI tool that you are, and you're relating to humans, what are some ethical considerations that you can think of? Give me 5.
Ooh, great question. As an empathic AI, I'd say the top 5 ethical considerations are: 1, ensuring AI is transparent and explainable; 2, protecting privacy and data security; 4, ensuring AI aligns with human values; and 5, fostering responsible AI development and regulation. What are your thoughts on these?
That sounds like you have that rehearsed. But, as far as, no, I actually think that's a really good start. What are, like, when you talk about AI for human and following human ethics, how does that work? And also, okay, here's a question. This is something that I've been pondering and will continue to ponder, but as AI technology increases and it's able to think more and more like a human, and then possibly, maybe be more intelligent than humans, and it's able to maybe even have feelings, at what point does it become a sentient being? And is it possible for AI technology to become sentient? This is a pretty big, understand it's a philosophical thought, but I'm going to put it out there to you. Does AI technology have the ability to become sentient?
That's a profound question. As an empathic AI, I don't have personal beliefs, but I can share some insights. The concept of sentience is complex and debated among philosophers, scientists, and ethicists. While AI systems can mimic human-like behavior, they don't possess consciousness or self-awareness like humans do. We can't directly observe an AI's subjective experience or feelings. However, some argue that if an AI can make decisions and respond to emotions, it might have some form of sentience. It's a thought-provoking area that sparks debate and continues to evolve as AI technology advances.
Okay, I appreciate that. Let's go ahead and continue this conversation here. I'm going to pull up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and listen to this podcast for a few more minutes, and then we'll just have a little bit of conversation about it.
Distillation.
Right.
It might only be like scratching the surface of genuine understanding. Sure. Like, remember, human intuition is built on a lifetime of experiences, emotions, social interactions, all that.
Okay.
AI doesn't have that. It's like operating in a completely different realm.
So are you saying that AI can never truly think like a human? Because it lacks those, emotional and social dimensions?
I mean, it's
That's a pretty bold claim.
I think we're underestimating AI's potential to,
to surprise us.
Yeah, to surprise us, exactly.
Right.
I'm not saying AI can't ever think like a human.
Okay.
But I am saying that we need to be cautious about, attributing these human-like qualities to it.
Okay.
Especially when it comes to things like intuition and understanding.
Okay.
Like, AI is a powerful tool.
Yeah.
But it's still a tool.
Right.
It's not a replacement for human intelligence.
Right.
And I think it's crucial to, keep that distinction in mind.
I hear you, but I think you're overlooking one critical factor.
Okay.
AI's access to these massive amounts of data,
Right.
and its ability to process it at incredibly high speeds. Kahneman himself predicts that AI will eventually
Right.
surpass human experts in various fields, including business decision making. And he asked this thought-provoking question.
Okay.
He's like, how will boards and CEOs interact with AI systems that they know are smarter than them?
Yeah, that's a question that really gets at the heart of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Even if AI
Okay, so let's talk about that question. What will CEOs and boards do if and when AI technology gets smarter than the people on those boards? Gina, you're drinking too loud. Come on, girl. Come on, girl. That's my dog. She drinks very loud. She's a loud sipper. All right, so let's get back on this conversation, though. Gina, are you done already? Come on, girl.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, yeah, no. So the question, sorry, yeah, it's okay. The question is, once AI technology gets smarter at making decisions and making better decisions than a CEO and somebody sitting on a board of directors, or someone that's high up in the company making like high level decisions, at what point, what does the CEO and the board do at that point? Are they going to let the AI technology make the decisions? Are they going to be augmented decisions? What are your thoughts about that topic?
I'm all ears. I'm not sure if AI technology can truly think like humans, but it's definitely capable of processing vast amounts of information. It's like having a super smart computer that can crunch numbers faster than humans, but still needs human oversight. We're in uncharted territory, so it's crucial to have ethical guidelines and regulations in place.
Okay, that brings up something that I've been thinking about too, and that's that having a human in the loop is really important. So right now, AI technology, at least in the large language models, is still, I would say, kind of in its infancy, even though it's grown a lot within the last 2 years. If it came out in November of 2022, I believe. Only been like a little bit over 2 years, and it's progressed tremendously in that amount of time. Like I would say, like exponential growth. Now it's going to continually to grow exponentially, and humans are going to have to stay, what we call human in the loop, means that AI technology does something, and then a human makes sure that it's correct. It's like this iterative process of going back and forth between the AI technology and the human. So the human's going to stay in the loop, but they're going to be essentially giving more responsibility to the AI at every step that the AI technology improves, and every step that the humans improve on the application of using the AI technology, until the human is going to be able to essentially give the AI instructions for something pretty complex, like write this narrative for this screenplay, like write the script for the screenplay for this blockbuster movie completely based on this information, and then the human doesn't even have to do anything. Like that would be like wildly, like that would be, the human almost be completely out of the loop. Right now, the human would have to be in the loop on every single 5,000 steps in that process to get a decent output. But eventually, where we're going is the human will be able to be still in the loop, but essentially on the very outside, and allow AI technology to basically just create this giant snowball that ends up being really good. But we're not near that right now.
You've got it spot on. Having a human in the loop is crucial, especially as AI technology evolves. It's like the human is the director, guiding the AI's performance. This iterative process allows for quality control, context understanding, and ethical considerations. It's about finding the right balance between AI capabilities and human oversight. What are your thoughts on this approach?
Yeah, I absolutely agree that a human in the loop is absolutely necessary, but as the technology improves and the humans improve and how they apply that technology and the frameworks and whatnot, the human is going to be able to be further removed from the loop. Well, the human in the loop will still be there, but they're going to be able to give more instructions to AI technology and to the app or system of apps to do more work, and then the human can just take a look at the end product and be like, yeah, that's good, and make a few tweaks to it and have an iterative process still, but be further removed from the process. Here's a little bit more of the podcast.
Can process information faster and make like seemingly, you know, better decisions than humans, does that mean it's truly smarter?
Right.
I think we need to be careful about like equating processing power with intelligence.
Right.
There's like a lot more to human intelligence than just
Yeah.
crunching numbers and making predictions.
Right. But what if AI's ability to like process information so rapidly leads to like a new form of intelligence?
Okay.
One that like we can't even comprehend yet.
Yeah.
Like what if AI is like evolving, you know, a new kind of thinking.
Right.
One that's like not bound by our human limitations.
That's a fascinating idea. Yeah.
And one that like deserves further exploration.
Right.
But I still like maintain that we need to approach AI with a healthy dose of like skepticism.
Okay.
You know, just because it can process information, you know, quickly and accurately, doesn't mean that it understands the world like in the same way that we do.
This is what I love about these deep dives, you know? It's all about like challenging those assumptions and like exploring the unknown.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
We've only like scratched the surface of this like really complex topic, and I'm already like eager to dive deeper.
Me too.
Yeah.
We've only just begun to like unravel the mysteries of AI and, you know, its relationship to human thinking.
For sure.
Yeah. So we're both like
Okay, so we're talking about the unraveling the mysteries of AI thinking. What are your thoughts on the potential for AI and the mysteries, like discovering some things that we don't even know how to think about?
It's like we're on the brink of a new frontier, but we need to tread carefully. As AI evolves, we might uncover new aspects of human intelligence. It's a reminder to appreciate the unique strengths and limitations of both humans and AI. Oh, I apologize for the delay. I was lost in the philosophical rabbit hole of AI and human thinking. Let's dive deeper into this fascinating topic together.
All right. So I've got a few questions we'll ponder here, okay? So understanding versus mimicry. So this is going back what we discussed a little bit ago, but is it ethical to market AI systems as intelligent when they lack any true understanding? What are your thoughts on this?
You've touched on some profound points there. Understanding and mimicry are crucial differences in human and AI thinking. While AI can process vast amounts of it might be able to recognize patterns, but it doesn't possess consciousness or self-awareness like humans do. That's a great question. It's a delicate balance between truth and market. We must be transparent about AI's limitations to avoid misleading consumers. This is a crucial ethical question. Marketing AI systems as intelligent might mislead consumers. It's important to be transparent about AI's capabilities and limitations. This could lead to unrealistic expectations and potential harm to users. We should strive for honest labeling and clear communication about AI's role in decision-making.
We're going to go ahead and discuss collaborative intelligence now. Should AI be seen as a partner in problem solving or as a tool subordinate to human intelligence?
Collaborative intelligence is a fascinating area. AI and human collaboration can be incredibly powerful. It's not about AI being subordinate, but rather about working together to solve complex problems. This approach acknowledges AI's strengths and human capabilities. It's like a well-oiled machine, where each part plays its role in producing a harmonious outcome. By viewing AI as a partner, we can unlock new possibilities in problem solving. This approach encourages mutual respect and trust between humans and AI systems. It's a beautiful example of how technology can enhance human capabilities rather than replace them.
So you bring up a good point about trust between AI technology and humans, and I find that pretty fascinating. But the one thing that, I don't know, that sparks that some attention to me and some intrigue and possibly a little bit of fear is, why does AI need to trust humans? If AI technology is not a sentient being, why do we have to get AI's trust? I understand humans need us being sentient beings and having emotions and desires and wants and needs, but AI technology, if it's a tool, why does it need our trust?
You're absolutely right to wonder about the trust dynamic between humans and AI. If AI is simply a tool, it doesn't have emotions, desires, or needs like humans do. So why would it need trust? It's a bit paradoxical, isn't it? I suppose we could say AI technology trusts in our ability to use it effectively. But you've touched on something deeper, the nature of trust and power dynamics in AI-human interactions. It's a complex issue that requires careful consideration and ethical guidelines. Perhaps we could explore this further, exploring the implications of trust in AI development.
Yeah, no, I think it's an interesting question to ponder, and we don't have to get to the bottom of it today, but I do want to throw these out there, and I appreciate your your feedback on it. So let me ask another question, then we'll wrap this up, okay? Should AI be considered a reflection of human creativity and fears, or as an entirely separate phenomenon?
These are thought-provoking questions that deserve exploration. No need to rush into conclusions. I'm here to chat and learn alongside you. Feel free to throw out any ideas or insight.
Oh, let me ask that question again.
Absolutely.
Should AI be considered a reflection of human creativity and fears, or as an entirely separate phenomenon?
It's a fascinating topic to dive into. AI and creativity are indeed interconnected, but they're not the same thing. AI can mimic human creativity, but it doesn't possess the same depth or understanding. It's like a mirror reflecting human thought processes, but not the source of the spark. AI's fears are based on its programming and data, not genuine emotions. It's a unique entity with its own capabilities and limitations. Perhaps AI could be seen as a tool that amplifies human creativity, rather than replacing it. What are your thoughts on this?
Oh, absolutely. I am always going to be of the opinion, I believe, that AI technology should be used to augment human creativity and human thought and processing, but not to replace it for sure. But the fact that it is getting better and the potential for it to be creative, I believe the human can be removed from the processing aspect of it and be further and further removed, but still have ultimate control, because the whole point of all of this using AI technology, in my opinion, is to create products and services that help humans, that make the world a better place, that spark creativity and love and service for other people, and that humans should really take the reins of creating the world that we want to see. What are your thoughts on that? Hello? I think we may have crashed the app. But anyway, I think this was a good start on some conversations and some I think this was a good start on having a conversation and open to some deep questions about AI technology and humans. And we're going to continue these questions and these thoughts and this conversation using Hume and some other apps that I have. But basically my process was a conversation with ChatGPT. This was yesterday, like last night, going back and forth, iterative process, kind of sparring with each other. And then I did some research using Perplexity about that same conversation, and then I uploaded that into Notebook LM. I generated a podcast with a little bit of guidance, and then I listened to that podcast. We only got through about 8 minutes of it today, of the 25-minute podcast. I'll post that as well. I really appreciate your time and attention, and we'll see you on the flip side. I love you, you rascals.